Okay, so let's get right into it. The wellness industry, right? It's absolutely booming. We're talking trillions of dollars globally. But here's the crazy thing, the paradox. So many of the most talented practitioners, the real heart and soul of this whole industry, are finding it really tough to make a good living. So we're going to dive into why that is, and more importantly, how we can fix it.
Does this sound like you? You pour your heart into helping people, you have this incredible passion for wellness, but then you look at your bank account and there's just this huge disconnect. It's like your purpose and your paycheck are living on different planets. Well, I want you to know you are not alone in this. It's a massive problem, and today we're going to tackle it head on. All right, let's talk numbers. We're focusing on this figure right here, 25,000 euros a year. Now, this isn't just some random number we plucked out of thin air. No, this is an achievable, research-backed income target for practitioners just like you. And we're about to break down the exact steps to get there. So here's the game plan. First, we're going to unpack the wellness income paradox, basically why this money struggle is so common. Then we jump straight into the good stuff, the solutions, strategic pricing, diversifying your revenue, and then we'll wrap up with what I think is the most important piece of the puzzle, closing the mindset gap. Okay, first things first, let's really get to the bottom of the core problem. And listen, this isn't about you lacking skill or passion, not at all. It's about a really deep internal conflict that honestly, most practitioners are dealing with every single day. This question. If you've ever had this thought pop into your head, you've met what's called imposter syndrome. And it is everywhere in the wellness world. You've got the certifications, you've got the knowledge, but this nagging feeling of not being good enough becomes this massive wall that stops you from charging what your skills are actually worth. And this right here is the central tension, the real tug of war. On one side, you have this beautiful spiritual mission to heal people. But on the other, you've got the cold, hard commercial reality that you need to run a business. One that actually pays the bills. It's this clash between your purpose and the need for profit that creates so much stress and anxiety around money. So, what do we do about it? How do we actually fix this? Let's get into our first set of real, actionable solutions. We're going to use some data, some strategy, and build a pricing model that not only works, but one that you actually feel confident using. Something as simple as where you live can have a huge impact on what you can earn. Just look at this example from the UK. A yoga teacher in London can pull in almost double the hourly rate of someone in a smaller town. And the research shows it's the same deal all across Europe, from Berlin to Switzerland. So your location isn't just a place, it's a key piece of your strategy. Now this is probably the biggest, most important mental shift you can make. You have to stop trading your time for money. With value-based pricing, you change the entire conversation. You're not selling an hour of your time anymore. You're selling an outcome. You're selling a transformation. Less pain, better sleep, lower stress. And believe me, when you start pricing the result, your income potential just explodes. So what does that actually look like? Well, here's a real-world example from the research. Instead of charging, say, $100 an hour, a health coach might put together a full 3-month transformation package for $1,500. See what that does? It gives you predictable, stable income, and it gives your client a much deeper, more committed, and ultimately more successful experience. It's a win-win. And one last thing on strategy, becoming the go-to expert in a specific niche is an absolute game changer. Think about it. When you have specialized training, like oncology massage or corporate wellness programs, you have way less competition. You're solving a very specific, very urgent problem for a specific group of people, and that means you can command premium rates. All right, let's move on to strategy number 2. Just relying on one source of income, like your one-on-one sessions, is not only risky, but it seriously caps your growth. If you want to get to that 25,000 euros goal and have some stability, the key is diversification. When researchers look at the practitioners who are actually earning over 25,000 euros a year, they don't see someone doing just one thing. They see a pattern. The successful ones have built a portfolio, usually with 3 to 5 different streams of income. This creates a financial safety net, and it just opens up so many more doors for growth. And these income streams aren't just vague ideas. Here are some pretty typical price ranges. You can see how this all starts to add up, right? Group classes give you volume. Private sessions bring in those high per hour rates. And corporate wellness can be super lucrative. Then you add in the really scalable stuff like online courses or maybe some product sales, and suddenly you have a powerful, resilient business. And that brings us to our last section. And honestly, this is the big one. This is the most important part. Because we can talk about strategies all day long, but none of them are going to work if we don't address the underlying beliefs that are holding so many practitioners back. So it's time to close that mindset gap. When it all comes down to it, our job now is to build a bridge. We need to build a bridge from all those common fears we've been talking about over to the empowering, research-backed facts that show you what is actually possible. Okay, this is where the magic happens. We're going to replace these damaging myths with the data-driven truth. So you feel like your price is tied to your self-worth, right? But the research proves your price is based on the value and the outcome you deliver. You might be afraid that marketing feels sleazy or inauthentic, but the data shows that good digital marketing is actually how you build trust and attract the very clients who desperately need your help. And you might think you should stick to just one-on-one sessions, but the hard reality is that you need 3 to 5 revenue streams to build that 25K plus income. This right here, making this shift, is everything. So I want to leave you with a question to really think about. Based on everything we've just covered, what is the one boundary? Maybe it's around your pricing, your time, or the services you offer. What is the one single boundary you can set today to start building a stronger, more sustainable, and more profitable practice? Because the power to make this change, it's absolutely in your hands.